All right, we should probably be live on Twitch. We'll be live on YouTube shortly, but welcome, gentlemen. We're jumping right into the action here. Play has already started. We're finally getting an opportunity to watch Fleischer. So here we are at a table with Joe Grew and Brad Moss sitting north-south, and Eddie Wold and Colonel K sitting east-west.
Mm-hmm.
Pass, a dime and a spade. You were both remarking on the surprise pass by Joe Grew for once, but yeah, he's got to pass sometimes, right?
Got to keep everyone in check. So,
That's
so
right.
Joe is doing the expert practice here of partner makes a takeout double of a minor, and he's 4-4 in the majors. He's bidding a spade. It's different from when you respond because he's preparing to bid spades and then later on bid hearts, and
Because
that
this
way,
is a competitive auction and you can expect
right,
maybe some of the opponents to be bidding as well. That's a really cool distinction
right.
there.
It,
Thanks, Owen.
like,
Interesting. It ended up playing in the lesser fit this time.
well, I mean, it could have been even lesser if Joe had bid two clubs.
Is that like shortage and shortness? It's lesser and lesser.
Yeah.
Also noticed that Eddie Waldez West had seven points and a nice four card spade, so that he did not bid, which is not entirely standard. Many people would have responded.
Right, many people would have gotten in there over that, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
He was assuming a partner had a weak no trump, but just as well to defend, and if partner had more values or shape, they would have bid themselves. But you can miss a spade fit this way as
Well,
well.
yeah, but I imagine if the opponents had bid hearts up to the two level, he was probably not going to sell out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, is it better to bid two spades after a diamond double pass, two hearts pass, two
What
spades?
could I not reopen with a double?
Oh yeah, you could re-up for the double, sure.
Then I
And
also get my clubs in the picture.
Right.
in the other room, folks, just to update you, we have Doug Simpson and Rodwell sitting north and south, respectively, and Marty Fleischer and Chip Martell in the west and east chairs.
So we have Joe Grew and Brad Moss playing relay precision when they're not ball and 2/1 ball.
Yep,
Simpson and
varied
Rodwell
Simpson.
play Meckwell precision.
Yep. So we may
Fleischer
see
and
some
Martell.
similar treatments in some auctions, Owen, and then different ones based on vulnerability. Joe and Brad revert
And
to a normal
don't
system.
be right, and don't be surprised to just see swings generated by difference in methods.
There's
Yeah,
already
I don't know. Did you mention Martell and Fleischer
I,
also
I was
play?
getting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
they open one club on a lot of balanced hands where they don't have a five card major. So five diamonds and two clubs, they'll open a club and they play transfer responses to that.
interesting.
And they also play two hearts Flannery and two diamonds multi.
I've been playing a variation of what Chip and Marty play for about almost 15 years now. In fact, when Marty was playing his system with Mike Camel, I got their notes as how I jump started my version of what people now are calling transfer Walsh. I think it's a very effective system if you're not going to be playing a strong club. It's a very very powerful way to play.
Nice. We have advanced math discussions requested. I'm sorry, Jerry. Just the bridge today. Maybe some English as well.
Well, here the defenders have helped declare draw trumps and establish his heart. So let's see. The defenders have three tricks.
The other room, they
Um,
did respond one spade over the double with the west cards, and they ended up in two diamonds east-west. So dueling results here.
uh,
Wald wisely like exiting a trump. He doesn't really want to break either of those minor suits.
ooh. Well, this actually worked out well for him that Declare chose to duck this. Now he has a free exit in spades, it looks like, and Declare has to do a lot of work.
I'm not sure why he ducked it.
Yeah, it seems like it would have been better to win it and exit a spade. Make them break a minor.
Greco opened a no trump with the East cards and got to play it there at the other in the other match, and Wolpert did the exact same thing. So two different treatments on this board at two different matches.
So Joe's gonna win this and lead the Queen of Diamonds.
Mm-hmm. Those are some very powerful diamond spots in the dummy, and the Jack 8 doubleton coming down is
Those
friendly
diamond spots are so powerful, the double almost looks more penalty than it than it is. All right, so East will shake a diamond. And then when the Queen of Diamonds is led, I believe East will probably duck that.
Yeah. So does East know for sure that Declare has a stiff diamond?
But even if it's Queen, even if it's a Doubleton Diamond, it doesn't should shouldn't matter too much. I guess Queen Jack Doubleton, it still doesn't matter. No. So now Declare exits a club.
Yep. And now his best play is
Let West win it and then duck the next club, and he would be home.
here it comes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was going to be forced to present the diamond either way. So now it'll just go club.
There it is.
The 9, yeah.
Making one. Well done, Joe.
Rare 80.
Yeah, right. 80 on the plus side there. And they are still playing 2 diamonds with the East-West cards at table 1 there at the other table. So
I struggle to see how that is going to succeed.
Great.
Looks like Declare is in the normal course of play is just going to lose 3 diamonds, spade, a heart, and a club, but maybe no club. No, they can hold off on the club. Yeah.
All right, when we sweat a hand later, guys, and I said it again, when we kibitz a hand later together,
Where are we going to?
I have a choice. But I will also ask you guys, which person do we want to watch one hand with and get in the mind of?
I've got my choice.
Me too.
So here, North
Hey,
South.
are we preferring to choose from this table, or could it be any table?
Has to be this table. Has to be this table.
Okay. All right. Well, I have my choice, but I doubt it matches either of yours.
All right. I would like to watch Joe.
I was going to choose Joe, but the idea of playing with Joe is very enticing.
Right. So Brad is a good seat. Where you were with Colonel K?
I was going to go with Colonel K. Yeah.
Interesting.
So strong club, negative diamond, 1 heart could be canapé, I assume.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. 4 plus.
And now North will choose a spade.
Yeah, forcing one around 4 plus. And this is
now South will presumably complete his 2 clubs. What's that?
that's something special. It looks like.
Definitely.
Whatever it is, Joe's going to try to bid 2 spades. Yeah,
that's a diamond.
Joe's going to bid 2 spades.
We'll wait till they're vulnerable to play their system, because this one we're not going to figure out too much.
For sure. So the only question is whether Joe is worth something more than 2 spades. He's got,
or if he's trying to decide if it's safest to just bid 2 spades or 2 diamonds. I mean, 2 diamonds. Like, because his partner gets another bite at the apple. So if his partner is 3 spades, he'll bid again.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Does he know his partner has longer diamonds and hearts? Could it be?
No, I don't believe he knows that.
It's weird. We're waiting for Eddie here, and let me refresh my screen just to make sure.
Eddie's probably thinking about doubling here.
Yeah.
Get those clubs in.
Well, he's as far as Brad's concerned, he's already doubled 2 clubs.
Well, he may have been waiting for the explanation, but that happened a while ago. So yeah, this is now.
I mean, I will say, like, having played against Brad and Joe over the previous couple days, one thing about playing against Brad and other people think this is more efficient. I'm in the opposite camp, but he alerts and makes his bid, and then after making it, he then delivers the explanation. So you'll be there as his opponent, like next, and you often find that you're like waiting there for the explanation.
So here, Brad might have just been explaining something, and maybe Eddie was asking a question in response. Right.
That's the thing about playing with these computers, where you're one-on-one in a room with your opponent and nobody else, is you can just verbally ask questions and get your answers, and it's.
How do you feel about that, Owen? Coming right from it, and you've done it before, like.
I think it's. I mean, I think I forget who said it, but the way they said it, I thought hit it out of the park. They said playing this way is great for technical bridge.
Yep.
But like for everyday, like social aspect of bridge, it's not good.
Well, the social aspects aren't that great behind screens in a very serious environment anyway. You're not there chatting up your opponents either way.
And at this event, you're probably not too worried about the social aspect, as more of just the technical bridge aspect, which is what is going to get you the dubs.
And this format is also, what I was going to say is, I mean, either way, it's not going to be social.
I mean, I'll tell you, in that match that was decided by 1M, all of my teammates commented on how social each of our, like how social the setting was against each of our opponents.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like we all had a lot of fun. Like,
and the people you were playing against were kind of like a good group of people too, which makes it it's like going to a wedding basically.
Yeah, except only one of us gets to go home.
Yeah, only one of you gets to get married, and the other one.
Yes.
The other one gets broken up with and has a drink thrown in their face, or the the equivalent.
Yeah.
It's never happened to me. I'm a perfect gentleman. No one's ever been upset with me. All right, so they finally settled on 2 spades, which means
notice that Venkatrao led a club even without the double.
Mm-hmm. Well, he bit the other 3 suits.
No, I know. I'm just teasing.
He did have the ace king of hearts.
Right, I'm wondering why that wouldn't be a good choice.
No, because Joe had denied 3 hearts.
Oh, interesting.
So he's not going to be giving a heart ruff.
Interesting. And that's what we were talking about earlier in either last broadcast or this one. Pay attention to the auction. Look at the auction, figure it out.
Like if you look here, if East exits a diamond, Declare would have to. Oh, never mind. There's no diamond ruff threat, but say the Jack and Queen of diamonds are switched, so now East could exit a diamond, and now to prevent a diamond ruff, Declare would have to be careful and exit the Queen of hearts from dummy to prevent
to make sure they can't hop Jack.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like when you're not giving your partner a ruff, there's a lot less appeal to leading out your ace king against a suit contract.
So here's I got just a quick update. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Simpson Rodwell, 2 spades by North, 4 spades on this hand. So North opened their 10-9 6th and is now playing game.
How did North open 2 spades? Isn't South dealer?
No, North is a dealer.
North is a dealer. Board 17.
Okay, well sorry. I couldn't scroll the
auction. Oh yeah, apologies. Here's the beginning of the auction.
You're fine.
There you go.
I'm just gonna say, if Joe Grew doesn't open a week 2 on a hand,
that's probably not a good week 2.
non-vol first seat. Probably you should take that under advisement.
So super aggressive in the other in the other room for sure.
It's interesting because I think if Chip and Marty were north-south here, they would preempt the north hand, but that's because they have 2 ways to open a week 2 in spades.
Got it. They have I see it.
Right. They 2 diamonds would be either a bad week 2 in spades or any week 2 in hearts.
So far, Simpson stands alone with that choice. He's the only one that's trotted out 2 spades there.
Yeah. Well.
All right, so Declare can win this, draw trumps, and
try a diamond finesse.
Try down fast. By the way, for those of you who, if you don't remember the vulnerability or whatever, if you look on the bottom left of our screen, there's a
In
little number
fact,
7 with a
for
sticker on it, like you would see
actually,
on board.
can I massage that? The screen you're looking at live, guys, will have the board number in the upper left hand corner. So you're looking at that. It's right next to the auction.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh, well. Oh, you mean
carved,
the other people.
I carved out a little bit of the screen to make it a little bit easier to see with the cameras in there. So I changed it a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, you have that, and you also, when the auction isn't terribly long, the review box in the upper left hand corner will kind of show you what's doing.
I forgot I could see the board label in the corner.
You can also see the vulnerability. The west and east are not vulnerable. They're in white. And
Yep.
Right. Well, I can see the vulnerability on the auction part too. I just didn't see who dealer was. So pass a diamond. Joe
spade.
will bid a spade, I think, unless there's some systemic reason not to.
Yep.
No, he's got a bit of spade.
And then a little negative double action.
Double. So south might choose a new modern treatment, which is redouble here, showing values with a double and spade.
I think he's a little shaded for that, but
A lot of people are playing as 8+, and this hand sort of looks like 8 to me.
8+ for sure. Ace, queen,
plus.
jack, 10, 4th, and
Yeah.
oh, there it is. Nice.
Brad
there
agreed.
you go.
Ship
Brad
Danny
likes
ship
it.
Danny a win there. If we're betting.
All I know is I'm like 0 for 4 so far.
Larry Cohen is the leader in the clubhouse. I think he was like 0 for 5 against Adam Kaplan the other day.
So what you're telling me is I should just stop talking.
Yes, in fact, or just always agree with your opponent over there, Danny.
Sure. I should have known it's Brad and Joe. Like, if they have a borderline decision in a low-level competitive auction, they're just going to bid like almost all the time. Yeah.
And he's also limited by his past hand status too.
Yeah, but vulnerable. They played pretty conservative 2/1. They even passed some 12 counts.
Sure.
All right, we know that the Colonel likes to lead his clubs based on last hand in this one.
Works out okay to start.
Yeah.
Diamond would be lovely here if you can figure it out.
Well, let's see. I think he's more likely to. Well, yeah, he's more likely to lay down the ace of hearts. I think his partner made a negative double.
He
Let's
knows
see if
Declare
partner
has
likes-
2 hearts or less.
Yeah. And when his partner discourages, I expect you'll see him shift to the 10 of diamonds.
You're going to see a score update come through here. They just finished playing 4 spades.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 5 imps for Fleischer. And this
Oh, I got something right.
there it is. But Danny was not foolish enough to bet against this.
No. Okay, so we have the discouraging heart. And now I would
Al's
expect
talking in the
10
chat
diamonds.
that Owen, your knowledge of the Martel Fleischer system is making his preparation redundant to the broadcast here. Sorry,
Okay.
Al. We'll kick him out if you want.
Here we go. I've gotten the card play right. So
2
listen to me
tricks in
on
a
that.
row too.
Great
Yes.
play here. By the way, he finds the way to take 3 diamonds right here, and that's pretty.
Well,
darn
looking
good.
at those clubs, this defense it should be relatively straightforward.
Sure, once
Like,
the king of clubs is burned, it's time to take the money and run. Eh?
we need to take our stuff before it goes away on those clubs.
And the
Yes.
ace of hearts got him a nice signal from partner as well. For those of you watching at home, he's like, "Hey, is this okay, partner?" And no, let's try something else. And
Yes.
there's your diamond switch. Beer's getting roughed and over roughed.
Yeah, he's just maximizing his tricks. If his partner has even King X of spades, they're gaining a trick here.
He might get
Right?
Yeah. He'll
No.
get a spade to the.
The double dummy, admittedly. Like
Yeah.
Declare could have might normally finesse the spade, but they could always play ace in another.
Oh, they
But
just pitch.
For some reason, East has decided not to overruff. And now
Don't forget-
I would expect Joe to get it right from here because like if East had the 10 or Jack of spades, he would have always roughed in with that. So West has the Jack of Spades, the Ace of Hearts, the Diamonds, the King of Clubs. He's going to try to see if West plays a hard honor on this trick, like Ace Queen Doubleton, there or the Queen. So now he can place the King of Spades in East since West did not open a no trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Case of
And
like
is
Queen
he
of
going
Hearts
to get it?
being
There it is. There is your play for one loser in spades.
if West had held off, like played his low hard instead of the Queen, then Joe would have had a guess in spades.
Interesting.
But once West played the Queen and hadn't opened a no trump,
He hooked him up.
yeah.
I mean, that's why he's Joe Grew.
Yes.
He's having a good year sports-wise, too. Timberwolves are doing well. I believe the Twins are doing well also. So yeah.
I guess West would have still been in range for not opening a no trump with the King of Spades instead of the Jack, but then East would not have had enough for a negative double.
So one diamond could be short in their strong club version.
Yep.
Yes, and they open very aggressively, like
Let's see.
like a 9 count with a balanced 9 count with a 5-card suit. They're going to open.
Their system notes were the longest in the World Championships by a mile. Because they basically play two different systems, essentially, based on vulnerability and position.
And they opened so aggressively that in our match against them, there was a hand where Brad opened and Joe, with a nice 14 count, mustered up an invite.
So they're well aware of the opening range.
Here, opposite of standard opening, this might be a game try for Grew's hand with a nice fit for partners diamonds.
Yeah, and Joe's like, I hope we
here.
make
This is he's hoping to make 2 spades.
Right,
Yes.
right. So he needs more towards that 12 or 13 to think about any sort of invite based on the way that they really open.
Yeah,
up the
I mean,
range.
and that their philosophy is when they're white, like they want to get in the opponent's way, and yeah, okay, they sacrifice some accuracy in the game zone, but it's a non-vol game, so if you miss that, a close one, first of all, they don't always make, and even when they do, you only lose 6, maybe 7 imps.
I'm
putting a poll up in the YouTube chat. I want to know who has played
pretty friendly
precision
line
before.
here as it is, but I don't think any even standard players will get to game.
Sorry, the poll is who's played precision?
Yeah, I'm curious, and at least the YouTube audience, who has played precision before?
I used to play it all the time.
Me too.
I played it for about 3 months in the 1980s and didn't really like it.
Yeah.
But precision back then was very different from what it is now.
It's always. I think it's helpful just to kind of understand, what some of your opponents are doing for that reason only. But and it's kind of just fun if you're a bridge nerd like us.
Yeah. But on the flip side, so Gare Helgamo used to play this really complicated precision, and like he had this really famous hand. He and his partner bid to a grand slam in a 4-2 fit. It was the only grand slam that would make.
No way.
Okay. Yeah. They had this relay system, right? So they knew every card in each other's hands, basically. And so anyway, I ran into him once, and I was like, because now he just plays very natural, very few conventions. I asked him, so why'd you stop playing this? And he's like, yeah, like the system was so complicated, but that by the time the auction was over, I couldn't remember how to play the cards. And there's a lot to be said for that. Honestly.
Yeah, because your brain's on overload for all the system you're trying to remember to.
Right, like you're having to think about all these things.
And if that guy can't remember how to play the cards, that's a loss because he's one of the best card players on the planet.
Absolutely.
So I guess this is 23% have played precision and 77 have not. Some have played imprecision like we've all done before also. But yeah, so the big difference is they get in there at the lowest possible level when they have their best hands. That's the whole point behind it. So their club is strong, their diamond is kind of a nebulous opening.
Right, but the best part of precision is the one major opener for sure.
And we also talked about just the negative inference when you haven't opened a club, and those nice comfortable rebids as opener at like the 3 level in a competitive auction are just so amazing because you can't have a big hand. And here is a nice big hand for Brad opposite a 1 heart opener.
So this is a
Right,
potential slam for north-south.
And this is their standard methods as well, obviously,
no,
because
right, yes, but they still play relay. So one
sure,
no is
sure.
a game forcing relay. So Joe's first rebid, I think their ranges are 11 to 15 and 16 plus here. So I think two clubs probably says he's like 11 to 15.
I don't know. He's got a really good 15, right?
Yeah, I
What
know,
do you?
I know. What's it say?
No, 16 plus.
Oh,
Okay,
16
yeah.
plus. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he showed 16 plus.
Certainly a
ranges.
sensible upgrade.
Right, right. And now
So
two
now,
diamonds is something.
We're asking.
Asking, yeah. He's probably
that's
going to
all
show.
Brad is going to be doing.
He's
yeah.
probably going to show 5422 here. They probably have something for that. That shows.
I think he'll probably show his diamond, a bid to show diamonds, and then, or maybe a bid
And
to
then
say
more
on 5422.
Imagine the amount of notes and preparation these guys do. So yeah, there it is, 4+ diamonds.
I've actually seen them.
Oh, the
Friend
Blue
of
Team
mine
Club, our Blue Team Club, and the Roman Club. Where I remember all of that stuff from books in the '80s and things like that.
A friend of mine was the person in charge of organizing their notes.
Yeah.
Another
We
aspect
heard
of it.
Adam organizes Bobby and Steve's notes. It's amazing that there's a job available for someone to do that, but it's a lot of work.
There was an Indian gentleman at the World Championships that kind of offers to do a lot of that stuff for partnerships and run simulations and things. Pretty interesting. When we think about training in the sports world, guys, the bridge world is kind of a little bit behind in that sort of realm to some degree. 2542 15 to 17/18. That is a specific look at Joe's hand. And now Brad is going to say, okay,
Yeah.
I'm on the verge.
Yeah, I think they play like it's this convention called Mulberry, so I think we'll see Brad either sign off in four spades, or he's going to take his time, that's for sure, or he's going to or issue a slam invitation at four spades.
So six spades is an excellent contract here. If they don't lead a club, you just need to avoid having two spade losers, which is pretty likely. If they do lead a club,
you have to try to shake a club on a heart or a diamond.
Yeah, and then fill.
Wow. Right, you'd probably just take a spade finesse.
Right, because you need that. You don't want to risk getting roughed out.
Well, like
spades on.
Right, like the hearts being 4-2, like even if the 2 is on side, they're likely to be able to build a defensive trump trick by roughing high in front of dummy.
Interesting.
Sure.
So this 5-spade bid is about to be alerted, but it's interesting. Has he decided they're playing slam here?
Oh, maybe this is like an auto key card response for spades.
2 with the queen and spades. So essentially, after Joe's 3-0 trump, he just basically answered key card saying, I want to play spades.
Probably what they play is like 4 hearts is key card in one suit, 4 spades in another, 4-0 in another. Like probably it's like order of length. So maybe 4 hearts is hearts, 4 spades is diamonds, and now there are 2 remaining suits that are equal length. So 4-0 would be clubs. I have no idea what the order is. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Spades is obviously the last one. And when it's the last one, they're just responding to key card rather than asking.
That's pretty great. Whatever. Now you can see why these guys, how much bridge these guys have played and bid hands together with, because they're in a great spot.
Yeah.
What would you expect Eddie to lead here?
Well, that he knows declare shape, so I'd expect Eddie to lead a club. Or the Colonel is on lead, sorry.
Oh, excuse me. Apologies.
Joe knowing that clubs is
easier for him now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
probably
I would expect a club lead from
both sides. Right.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to build their trick just in case they have a trump winner. Now
they're not going to lead one of the opponent's long suits.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going for the line of trying to pitch his club on the hearts.
So even if the third heart gets roughed by West, he's fine as long as East has the stiff king or king X of spades remaining.
Mm-hmm.
But now East is going to rough this heart with the 9 of spades, probably.
And then it's going to go over rough, diamond of the queen, spade finesse.
Or it might go ace of spades next, diamond over, and then the last heart,
Interesting. Also,
which would also succeed on
there
all
it is.
layout.
Yep.
Yeah. This would also make if West had stiff king of spades. That's where this gains.
Notice how fast Joe played it. While we were busy trying to analyze it, he already knew what his line was going to be
Yeah. Exactly. Well, Joe,
9 tricks ago.
it's really. I don't think I could ever have Joe do a ViewGraph broadcast because he thinks and speaks so quickly. Finn, Finn was similar last night. He's just
I
like
noticed that with Finn. He's like,
he just spits out the hand analysis in like half a second, and it's like, okay, slow down, Mister.
Uh,
Let us human beings catch up. So, lovely play here. Just doesn't have a
yeah.
solution.
This line gained against stiff king of spades in West, but would have
Because you got to
lost
cash the ace
on
of
this.
spades.
Right, but would have lost on this layout if East had one more diamond and the spade, and this is the spade layout.
Nice. They are bidding this hand currently at the other table. I'll keep you guys posted. Possibility of a
That's a really hard combination of hands to get to slam in normal methods because it's basically both hands have just a little extra,
yep.
right? So I would expect to slams swing in favor of Fleischer. Oh, sorry, no, their counterparts are playing a strong club. That's right.
Yep. So board. The only other team that has completed this board were Cats and Nickel, and they played 3-0, making 7 on the last board. So
notice grew up in the no trump with not only a 5 card major but 5-4-2-2, which is decidedly non-standard, although becoming more popular.
Yes.
nice. It's 2
Two
spades.
spades, just showing spades, and we'll see whether Joe wants to reopen over that.
I doubt he will at this vulnerability, but
Especially with kind of the way his hand is constructed, you can't love it. Queen double ten of spade, queen titus of clubs.
I would be thinking they're more likely to have missed a game than we've missed something our way.
Yeah.
I have 2 defensive tricks, and my partner passed.
And just so you guys know, this is they West.
It's a bit
West
surprising
trotting
to
out
be
a
raising
raise?
there.
Interesting. So yeah, when Joe and Brad are vulnerable, they play just their standard kind of 2/1 system with strong no trump. Still lots of gadgets in that one too, but
Yeah.
But no need to push them to the 3 level when they're just going to go there themselves. It looks like defense has 5 winners if they can get them.
Rosenthal Silverstein in 6 spades going to gain on nickel on board 20 also. Opposite of 3-0 at the other table. Simpson has now gone past 3-0 trump on board 20 at their auction, so they may be bidding this slam as well. Yeah, thanks, Al. So yeah, Grumoss, except for fourth seat. Fourth seat, they play precision no matter what the vulnerability is.
That makes sense.
Thanks.
This raise to 3 spades feels pushy.
I guess Declare's best hope is that North has something like ace, king, third of diamonds, and we can rough out the diamond before the clubs are set up.
Yeah, because he has a couple of slow club.
I don't see any other way for a 9th trip. I mean, he's got 5 spades and 3 aces, essentially king of hearts, ace of clubs.
Is Eddie kind of competing there with his hand? He has kind of like a hand that, you know.
No, not with 2 low spades. I mean, this raise isn't as good as like 2-0 would have been, which is a cubid.
Right.
So this is a more of a courtesy raise, but it's something I would think was personally like I'd like it if we were vulnerable when my partner should be a solid citizen, and I have
Got it.
2 aces, but my partner is favorable, no less.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
a little
I was
more
surprised.
careful. Gotcha.
I had already assumed Eddie was going to pass when I was debating the Joe
Right, you were
reopening.
talking about Joe reopening. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's our opinion, and he's the one that's playing in the event,
Yep.
and we're not.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
It somewhat comes down to style if you're going to be somewhat sound interfering with the opponent's no trump, but I don't think at white against red that you really can afford to put 2, 3 spades there.
Wow, what's up, David Devine? Good to see you. I didn't even see you say hello there. Don't forget to say hello, ask your questions, make your comments. As usual, we have some great people in the chat, especially Al. Thanks a lot for kind of knowing everything about what's going on here, even though you're not
yes.
here. It's just amazing.
Al is the system guy. There's no denying that.
Rodwell and Simpson stop in 4 spades, so Fleischer will pick up on board 20 quite significantly there. That's a big slam swing for them.
They did not upgrade the North Hand to a strong club.
In the chat, someone said, I played Precision when I first started, and they're like, I got to some great contracts. I just couldn't make any of them because I didn't have enough play experience. So that's focus on the whole game, but that's a great story. Yeah, on paper it's an amazing contract, but damn, I'm new at this. That's funny.
So speaking of amazing contracts, looks like 7 no trump here for North South. Has 13 years.
Yep.
6,
That's
7,
13
8,
all day.
12, 13.
The King Jack double on ace queen fourth might not be so easy to diagnose.
Well, I think it's going to go 1 heart response to artificial 12 plus.
Right. This is just kind of their we have maybe slam aspirations right away at the 1 level.
Now the question is does Brad then continue to relay, or does he show his hand? Being that he's 6-3-2-2, I would think he would relay. But
Owen, just explain that for the audience real quick. The difference between the two.
Okay, so over 1 heart, South has the choice of he can just keep making the cheapest bid to find out North's exact shape and his overall strength, or over a heart he can do what's called reverse relaying, where using artificial steps he shows his strength and shape to his partner. I imagine he is doing the
he relayed
because he has no singletons or voids, like he is a semi-balanced hand. But I imagine if he had, say, a stiff diamond in a 3rd club or a 4th heart, or move a diamond to another suit, I imagine, given his relative minimum strength, he would have chosen to show.
Thank you so much
for
that.
2 clubs is
balanced 12 plus artificial.
12 plus, yeah.
2 diamonds more asking, like you said here. Tell me more. Tell me what your hand is.
Yeah, so the asking is going to keep going on, but the key to the hand is that Brad's going to need to be doing the asking because he has that King Jack Doubleton. There's no way.
Right.
That's fascinating.
If he finds out that Joe is Joe
3-3 or 4-4 majors. Got it.
Yeah, he's going to find out Joe's exactly 3-3-3-4, and then we'll see where we go from there.
I mean, this is just a sexy auction here. That Brad's like, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more.
Right, but it just depends on what Joe is going to show 3-3-3-4, but it might depend on how the auction times out. It might be that Brad then has to issue like some potential non-forcing bid or what. It might get a little murky.
So Joe hasn't shown that strong a hand yet, but if Brad can ask.
Yeah, he hasn't had a chance to show his extra values. Brad still thinks he's 12 plus, right?
Right. So what's 3 spades?
Coming at you. 12 plus still. There is the shape.
Yes, but now it's at a murky spot. Like he facing a potential 12 count. Like Brad might just now bid. I think he would bid 4 diamonds to try to stop the auction, and Joe would not
say no, thank you.
He would not take the expected 4 heart bid to say, okay, so here's 4 diamonds to say he's going to alert at his end.
Yeah, or shut down or signing off and just
Right. Well, against me, he alerted it literally is the word end.
there it is.
Now
End
in signal,
signal.
but Joe's going to override, and so
Right,
now
because
he's going
Joe
to
has way
continue.
more than the 12 that his
Right.
partner can think he has. Yeah.
Joe knows they have a slam. There's a
Right.
strong club, and he has 17.
So now, do they
So
have a way to show the queen of clubs in
I
these
think
situations?
I think what their deal is over four diamonds. Joe being too strong is going to encoded steps starting from four spades try to show his honors.
Sick.
I think he's going to be able to do it.
They're gonna
Like
get to 7 no trump.
he's going to make a bid that says I have 6 control
And Brad
points.
already
Like
knows he has 4 clubs, so he's gonna be able to go. Okay, well
right.
that's 4 club tricks. That's 2 hearts. That's a diamond. That's 6
It,
spades.
it I don't know their system intimately enough to know if
Right.
they have enough space for North to show ace, ace, king, king, and also the queen of clubs, but I think they should.
Yeah,
They
Because
still have a lot of room.
From Brad's perspective, the safety level is 6 spades or 6 no. Like he's not worried.
Yeah.
Like
Just a quick and thanks for the chat. We were talking about Rosenthal being in that slam, and in fact, they did make it and are now leading the nickel team
so.
by about 4.
So what's 4 spades?
Got you.
Uh,
Artificial says I have 16 plus. Okay. So just okay.
So now what?
it feels like there should be other bids permitted over 4 spade over 4 diamonds, other than just 4 hearts or 4 spades.
Yeah, you would think you'd start to show number of controls, I think would be the
Sure.
positions.
Yeah.
This is another reason that the digital version is better. No one's running out of pass cards on this auction.
Hmm.
So notice if he was to show 6 controls being an ace is 2 and a king is 1,
Right.
Brad would know ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, king of hearts, king of spades.
And
Or
that's
ace king of
still
diamonds.
and that's still only 14 high card
Right.
points.
All right. Right. Sorry. Yeah. The king could be anywhere.
Right. They
They're
could be
missing
off
a
a
king.
spade card.
Right. Yeah. This isn't going to be as easy as it might seem. Even
No,
if
it
Well, it doesn't seem easy already. Look at the bids. Especially if you're an amateur player. Okay, 6
okay, what is
clubs
6 clubs?
is. Give it a second. He's just talking about it now.
It's a sign off. No.
Surprise!
Oh, maybe he's showing his. No, he can't be showing his hand. Oh, that's impossible.
Let's wait. It's a long 2
two
with the
with
queen of
and
spades. Okay.
Oh, I see. South takes over with key cards. Yeah, now having North as captain. I mean, Joe's gonna make some bid to say we have them all, but
Right, and then Brad can show us king of clubs, and now Joe can kind of.
well, how can Brad shows king of clubs? They're
Yeah.
at
They're not.
6 clubs.
Oh,
Oh, what?
just ending. Looks like.
Interesting.
All right, so
Yeah. We're done.
yep, there is some opportunity for a catch up at the other table if they can bid a grand slam. They're bidding it now.
I'd be very impressed that any pair that bid a grand slam and actually knew what they were doing.
You would think this might be the pair that would do it, though, right? With the precision system that they start with, and maybe the ability to talk about.
You need some sort of what I think it's called
I mean,
spiral cube bidding or something.
yeah,
Where
it
partner shows
looks.
exactly which aces.
Oh, actually, they played 7 spades in a match already. Cats and Nickel played 7 spades.
It
Wow.
looks. It looks
They're
like
the
over
most
four
natural bidding
spades.
pair of the group.
Agreed.
It looks like over 4 spades they just play that 4 like they sort of like they did before. 4 would be key card for a suit, 5 clubs for another, so on and so forth.
So since there's nothing to the play here, do you want to jump over to
can-
nickel and see how they bid 7
In
spades?
fact, I'm on it right now, and I can probably slide it over to you guys.
Yeah, everybody can
Let's
see
look
it.
at it. All right, so there's the auction. It was very fast, actually. It was a spade, 2 clubs, 3 no, and then
Oh,
he
3
key
no.
carded in clubs, nickel. So he key carded in clubs, found that partner had whatever 4 spades was, and then
Three.
just bid 7
Zero, three.
spades.
Yeah. What was 3 no?
I'm sure
3
it's
no was 15 to
6
17,
spades.
6 spades and balanced. So I
So-
guess he
so
also
could get
knows.
12 tricks. He did not know about the jack of clubs.
Correct. He was hoping.
He's hoping for either king third of clubs or
or a queen or a squeeze.
right. Where there's
But he
12.
also didn't know about the queen of spades.
Good
Well,
point.
he knows his partner has 9 spades. I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
But
spades.
still, again, that's interesting. Yeah. So that was not. I don't want to say throwing a dart, but it was definitely it was an aggressive choice there that worked out really well for the nickel team
Hmm.
for sure.
For sure.
All right.
Back at it here. Diamond pass a heart pass. Natural system for Brad and Joe here, obviously.
About one spade delivered.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Natural-ish start, right?
I'm guessing it just shows an unbalanced stand and not 4-4-3-2 or whatever.
So Al says their relay system used to be named Zerth. if that makes any sense.
Uh,
All right, there it is. 5+ diamonds or 4x1.
so yeah, on the mountain stand.
All right, so on this hand where Joe and Brad just missed grand, Doug and Eric are having their auction go, and there has been a 3 diamond key card bid.
Whoa, let's get
Wow.
there. Here it is, guys. So 1 spade, 2 clubs. 2 diamonds was artificial, 6+ spades, no 4 hearts. 16+ in a spade fit. Extras, 6+ spades. Key card for spades. I've never seen that before, guys.
Neither have I.
That's amazing.
So once again here though, the hand without the jack of clubs is doing the asking, and they'll never know for sure their partner has the jack of clubs.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
I don't know. It is the Rodwell system. I'm sure he's.
Someone's saying that Doug might know Meckwell better than Meckwell knew Meckwell. Basically, that's how much he's.
Yeah, I mean, he played it a lot with Walter Johnson back when Walter was still with us. I think he even. I'm not sure if he was in the crew that helped like come up with it way back in the day, like aspects of it anyway. I know Walter Johnson was.
So what is 4 clubs showing?
It's a key card response for spades too with the queen.
2 key
Oh,
cards
okay.
with the queen, and now Doug is thinking. I
So
mean,
presumably he's gonna find out about the king of clubs. That's the most obvious thing that he's going to find out about next. And he'll know about ace, queen of spades, ace, hearts, king of clubs is what, 6, 10, 13 points. His partner did show extras.
Yes.
yeah, his partner showed extras with the 3 club bid, I believe, and now 4 hearts is club ask. Okay.
If somehow they're able to show the king jack of clubs on
Right.
the
Yeah, I'm wondering if they had 3 diamonds as key card, maybe they have a way to say I have 2 honors and clubs here. I don't know.
Gonna put this on the list for best bid hands of the year if they can show the king jack of clubs here.
Yeah, and this is a nice one to review for everybody afterwards. What a system.
Club king, no club queen.
Okay.
Right? He's definitely there.
All right.
All right. Now can we ask for the jack?
Right. I'm just saying, is there one? Hey, partner.
Is there a club
Got that
reask?
Johnny over there
Club
for me?
reask, please.
Gosh. I mean, my brain is hurting not knowing these systems at all. I mean, how do these guys keep this stuff in their heads for so long? Because they played it for years, probably.
Yeah, that and generally speaking, they try to apply like
Logical progression.
apply like meta rules throughout
Yeah.
the system. Like they try to have consistency.
Which is
Like-
super helpful. And especially
Like,
as a
I'm
teacher,
sure-
you want to keep it the
Right.
same in almost every spot.
Right, I'm sure that like over 4 clubs here, it isn't like, okay, yeah, we have the agreement that 4 hearts is a club ask. I'm sure it's like the second step asked about
Yeah.
like the lowest side suit or something. Right? Like that would be sensible.
So 4 diamonds presumably would have been some sort of maybe a king ask, whereas 4
Maybe,
hearts,
yeah, and
clubs
then 4 hearts
spades.
is specifically in clubs and
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And then spades would be
Now-
diamond.
Well, I mean,
Now-
doesn't that let Eric kind of know that his jack of clubs is
What's 5
relevant?
no? Let's see what 5-0 is.
I can't wait to see. Please.
Oh,
be live.
if it's like, can you show me anything else? And Eric can now show the jack of clubs because he
Yeah.
club ask. 5-0 is a club ask.
It is. What? They're gonna get there. They're gonna get the 7-0 trump now.
This is fabulous.
They can count 13 tricks from both sides, probably, right? At this point.
Assuming he can show King Jack, yes.
Because Doug knows he has 4 clubs.
Eric should too.
And Doug's the one asking, yeah. Does Eric know?
Yeah, but well, yeah. How could his partner be continuing to ask about clubs?
Right, because he keeps asking about clubs. Sorry. You're right. Yeah, he has to. Wow.
Probably shows club jack. Well done, gentlemen.
Oh my gosh. I told you it's the Rodwell system.
Sick.
Like, I'm sure.
Sick. Love this hand. Wow.
Well, you've all heard of keycard Blackwood. This was keycard Jackwood.
Or as a friend of mine once called it, the underwear ask.
The underwear ask. Wait, I have to write both of these down. Keycard Blackwood.
Yeah, well, they've already. First, they started by asking what you got on top, then what's on bottom, and now what's under.
Oh man, what a board. 22 in set 2 of the semis. That is a board to remember for Simpson Rodwell.
I will say it'll be another 10 years before they have this auction again.
They're gonna be talking about this in 2034. Like, you remember that?
Oh no!
No!
Oh,
say it isn't so.
Come on, Uncle Lee, override.
What does
7
he
no.
not know? He doesn't. He 4, 5,
I'm not sure
6,
he's
12,
override.
13, right?
Maybe 6 diamonds wasn't the right bid.
yeah. Maybe. Well, maybe
maybe
if you about the jack, you should just and you have it.
7
You should
spades.
just bid 7 yourself and not put partner in the ethical dilemma of trying to figure it out, and then now you're guessing.
You're right. Maybe
Yes.
Simpsons isn't sure because if we take a look, it says probably shows. So he's not even necessarily certain that this is what they're doing here. So wow,
Right.
What an amazing start to the well. I mean, Eric.
I mean,
Hasn't
if Eric
passed
is if Eric is certain that 5-0 is a club re-ask,
then he knows that that's probably what he has, right? He has the right card.
and the 6-0 bid, given the tempo of the rest of the auction, I don't think it was obscenely slow to the
Didn't
point
seem like it, no.
that they could come on Eric for not bidding on, or for bidding on now. Like,
let's see.
Well, also notice he bid no trump and not spades. It's telling Eric that he's got 12 tricks without any.
It's a very, very good point too. He didn't play
Yes.
the suit. He played no trump.
So maybe Eric can still bid 7 here.
Please do it, just because this is such a great auction. It's just,
first time I've ever seen 3 diamond key card. Just to throw that out.
yeah,
there.
same. That is a new one for me, and
I can't agree with that. I actually played a system where over Jacoby, 3 clubs was some sort of singleton, and then over like a spade 2-0, 3 clubs was any singleton, and 3 diamonds was key card, and I was able to do a lot of stuff.
because now you can show a bunch of stuff with voids and stuff too, right? Over a 3 diamond key card, you can show a bunch.
Yeah, you could show. You could. The point of the 3 diamond key card was one opener could take control. They could find out the whole hand. It was sort of a way to play relay without really playing relay.
I will say
we already have people planning to print this auction out and slap it onto their wall. So, if any of you want to get into the framing auction business, this is the time.
I will say the closest I would come to 3 diamonds key card is over a Drury bid by my partner. I play jump rebid of the majors key card.
That's not a bad agreement either.
So
Yeah, you've got plenty of room in auctions. Have extra key.
Let's go, Eric. Get it done.
come on.
Pass or granny. I mean, come on. These guys have already done better than everybody. Bought cats and nickel, and that was kind of not a blind, but a dart throw of 7 spades that comes home in a big way on this hand. But
Yeah.
man, they've really exchanged. We thought Gru Moss had a chance, but these guys actually had a club ask for the. Honestly, I don't know what I like better, the underwear ask Or keycard jackwood. Keycard jackwood.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
Well met, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Given that there's no play to this, shall we return to our
Yes.
I like it, but that was a well timed sidebar
And
for that
and
match.
a well judged final call or final bid.
Absolutely, and he's going to be so elated when Dummy comes down and just yep.
Exactly 13 tricks.
Thank you very much. Score it up, folks, for a win. And that is a win for the Simpson team, which is going to make this match a heck of a lot closer.
Could we see what happened on 23 here?
Yeah.
Quiet looking two spades.
I will tell you, it was just 3-no Trump making on that board, actually.
Okay.
Did we see the beginning of that board? I don't even remember.
No,
we didn't. But I tell you what, we'll see when they started at the next table. Maybe we'll get a peek into that if it's anything interesting. I'll give you the frequency on the board right now, though, just to see what the other tables did, if it's normal or not.
I hear two spades made three, which looks like it's not going to be an exciting board.
Yeah, this was somebody played 4 hearts at another table on board 23 in the nickel match. So looks like it's going to be some sort of game for North South. I'll keep an eye on it.
This could be more exciting. Now we got 6-5
again.
6-5, a really weird 6-5.
Yeah, 5 points in your singleton majors is not necessarily the greatest 6-5 to be looking at, right?
And
he almost has the 13 card straight too. Has every spot card except for a 5.
It's
always look for that.
Duplicated the 3s.
Yep.
We have to start looking out for some good Chinese poker hands. Also, you guys play that game?
Yeah, I'm actually
gotta be in, you want to be in what's it called, heaven, right, or whatever.
yeah. No, that's open-faced Chinese pineapple, I believe. Fantasyland.
Fantasyland. Yes.
So a couple of interesting stories about Fantasyland. One of them is that Fantasyland was invented by the guy who won the main event this past year.
Is that really?
Mm-hmm. He's the one who invented Fantasyland.
That's hilarious. For open face.
Yeah. Anyway, back to our regular.
Yeah. So it went diamond, double, heart showing spades, which is their transfer response there of something, and then it just went 4 hearts by Eddie here. And King of Spades looks like a pretty fast lead by Joe. That makes sense. Leading my singleton in partner suit.
Wow.
What's up, Owen?
Oh, the board we missed at this table might not be so flat.
In fact, if you guys want, we could switch to just watching Simpson, Rodwell, Fleischer, Martel for the last few boards because they are a little behind.
We're behind.
Yeah.
Let's do
and
that.
We. Yeah, sorry.
No. This is a good idea actually because we did miss this board in its entirety, so it's good to take a peek at it.
So as you can see, North South have a 6-2 heart fit, but normal play in hearts would result in 2 trump losers, and they're off the ace of clubs. So the question is can they still make 4 hearts? Whereas 3-0 was a good contract.
Well, if West gets in and puts a spade through before
All right. Well,
their first chance, that establishes the 4th trick, and they'll be able to rough the 3rd diamond before spades go away.
Well, the thing about West being on lead is, at least for the opening lead, they're going to lead the queen of clubs.
Sure.
I mean, we've already gotten our money's worth in this match just with that one auction. I mean, that they've just had at this table.
But it'll be interesting to.
This could be certainly a change in score as well. There we go. Spades is hearts. 2 clubs denies 4 clubs, and 1 no trump was just kind of their range after opening.
Yeah.
They've already proved they know their system quite well, so we don't expect too many misunderstandings in this partnership.
I mean, this is a change from the way that their system used to be, as far as I'm aware. 1-no used to be asking about strength and controls.
Ooh, interesting. So
we're in new territory.
A change.
What was 2 clubs?
Denies
2 clubs,
4 clubs.
just denies 4. And then spades is being 17-18 balance, maybe stiff heart. So
wow. Oof. So much system.
I mean, if you had your wish, you would probably want to play no trump on this hand, right?
Yeah, but it's not easy to diagnose.
Exactly.
I mean, you find out your partner has six hearts and a stiff club, and you're looking at the south hand. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's sort of the direction their hand went,
That's a
or
good
their auction
question.
went.
On the previous auction, like what did Simpson think six diamonds was there?
Yeah, well, that we would need to have a peek at their notes, probably.
Oh, I can just ask him too.
Oh yeah, true. Huh.
So here we
So
go.
the three diamond bid was a transfer, so he's showing six hearts.
Yeah, and
So it looks like we are locked into hearts.
there we go. And I'm assuming Eric could have kind of refused the transfer in some way if he did in fact have a stiff heart, considering that.
Right. I would assume that's what would happen.
There they go. Four hearts. Is the Queen of Clubs as easy as it seems here, or would you think of anything different on this auction?
I mean, it's kind of a blind auction to lead. I don't see why I wouldn't lead my uh three card honor
Yeah.
sequence. Especially like okay, so it looks like they
Sure.
play Lucino.
Their agreement is this way, but same difference. Pretty normal.
Yeah.
So Martel's going to obviously win this, and if he just returns
Be right back,
a
guys.
club,
Club.
Claire's going
Yeah.
to be in the south hand. It might not be convenient to start hearts from the dummy.
Yes.
You may just go king of
True.
hearts, jack of
But
hearts.
since nobody shifted to a diamond,
Yeah,
oh, I see. Like, yeah, he might just table king of hearts, jack of hearts, planning to pass it and pay off to queen 10-4 on his right.
yeah, which will be hard to negotiate anyway.
Yeah.
I suspect that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. But if he tries to finesse hearts, it isn't going to be very pretty. Yeah, the expected club return. It's a spade.
Feels like king of hearts, jack of hearts is coming. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. Just his communication is not quite fluid enough. And now diamond to the king, ace of hearts, heart. Next case.
So he'll make 5.
Yeah.
So they're going to win 2 imps.
Oh,
Like,
that's why they didn't know they had six hearts at the other table. Their auction was natural. It went a diamond, a heart, one spade unbalanced, and now Joe did two diamonds, which showed a constructive hand with a diamond fit. And opener just jumped to 3-0.
yeah, the hearts
Okay.
were. They could have missed a 6-3 heart fit, it sounds like, on that auction, but maybe.
No, then South would have had three hearts and would have had a
Yeah.
stiff club. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Did I miss
All right.
anything important, gentlemen? I'm sorry for the delay there.
He played it in the most natural way. After club, which was king of hearts and then jack of hearts. which pays off to queen 10 fourth on the other side, but was
But he
a
had it on the wrong side there. Got it.
yeah. So now he ended up making an overtrick.
So here, this one club is being alerted not because it's strong, but it could be its balance could be as short as two.
That's the Martell system we were talking about earlier. This is like kind of our first time seeing it. So yeah, not precision, but they do play a lot of stuff over this, right?
And now we'll see what West responds to.
I'm guessing one spade, no major.
Yeah, unless he has like some way to say he's got both minors at a low level that he finds suitable, like two
I'm
clubs.
guessing wrong. All right, let's see what two clubs was. There is. Rob's out of the picture, so we.
Yeah, I'll hold on. Two clubs is alerted as inverted.
Interesting.
Oh, that's an agreement I like. Is inverted's even on by a past hand because it gives you the Drury effect. And
Sure.
when it's an inverted minor, your game that you're most often looking for is 3-0. Well, if you've had to go 1-3 to show a past hand limit raise, you have like no room to decide.
Yep.
You're shooting in the dark.
Simpson's considering making some bid with his
I
attractive five
I
majors.
I would either double or bid three clubs. Since I'm a past hand, if I double and partner bids diamonds, I can then
You can convert.
correct to hearts. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
He
three
chose
clubs actually. There you go.
Yeah, well, the drawback to double is partner might think I have only four spades.
Good point. You want them to have a truer choice over there,
Yeah, and he's at the top of his range for being a past hand.
right? Are you surprised he didn't open this hand? Would you,
Playing precision non-vol for sure, I would open.
Danny?
Yeah, I probably would. I don't like counting my queen of clubs as full value,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I
That's
like
the
getting my
only.
suits in on 5-5 too. So
Got
I
it.
It's interesting. If you gave me a different combination of suits, I wouldn't open, but I just love opening with both majors. It's just
the one
so
thing about
fun.
non-opening both majors is sometimes you can show them later on,
Yeah.
like
Like
here.
here, yeah, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be thrilled about having to do it at the 3 level in the opponent's invitational auction. I would have felt better about opening.
Sure, but I mean, maybe you get to make a sandwich, no trumpet, or some sort of double, and when it
Sure,
goes back.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
they buy it for three
the
hearts.
after the inverted auction, at least the opponents have at least some semblance of a club fit, which makes finding a major
No,
suit.
not necessarily. They could be 2-5.
Now they could. Well, I mean, in this particular partnership, yes, they could have been
Yeah.
2-5.
But here, it's kind of a face-up hand, right? He kind of sees the split deck nature of the hand. He knows each player probably has around the same values, right?
Yeah, but if East is lying over there with a better hand or fewer clubs, this could have been much worse.
Definitely.
Yeah, Martell was one club. It could have been an 18 count for all he knew.
Sure, right. So the three club bid is not without its like risk level, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's for the
So Al Hollander agrees on Martell Fleischer. One of you guessed what they play. They do play 1-3 as 5+ clubs, 4+ diamonds, non-invite.
Yeah,
he
that's
did
how
have
I
a
played
bid
it
to
as
show
well.
both minors. Okay. If he wanted to.
When I play the system, I have a couple of ways of showing both minors. That's what Al just suggested was how I play three clubs, and then I think I play two spades as both minors invitational, and that one could be 5-4 either way because partner can
That's a nice
wiggle.
treatment. Yeah, because it's a bid that you're not going to make almost ever, and you have it replaced with something that you're probably going to use a little more often.
Yeah, and when you have both minors and partners up in an ambiguous club,
It's
you
nice to
often
know
have,
what's going on right there, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, he could easily have had a
Pretty
9-card diamond fit on his hand.
I always feel good scoring a king, stiff king. Makes me feel nice and fuzzy, no matter why.
The warm fuzzy.
Definitely doesn't make me feel short of breath.
So it seems the defense does best to keep playing clubs here.
It's probably what he thinks is best, also, right? Just from his perspective.
Yeah.
Can't love.
We're certainly not going to shift to a heart because, partner might have the 10 of hearts and just blowing up the heart suit. And diamonds doesn't seem like it has a lot of future for his side, but maybe he needs to set up a diamond trick before the spades run.
Rosenthal and nickel up 73 to 50. This
Basically,
match slightly higher scoring, 76 to 56. There's so much good bridge left, guys.
I mean, we're not even a quarter of the way through this match.
How's that feel, though? I mean, you get done with 60 boards for an entire day, and then you're like, I have to do this again tomorrow. we're at the halfway point.
I would just say, like, in the match that we won, at the end of 60 boards, I was like, man, I wish this was a one-day match.
Yes.
But like the year before, we were losing at the same point, and I was like, man, I'm glad.
So glad we're playing
two-day match.
You can be on both sides for sure.
I mean, that's what made the outcome of our match so brutal. Like for our opponents, especially, like they played 120 boards to have it decided by a single imp.
Yeah, and you feel amazing on the plus side, but you also, we've all been there and have sympathy for the other side of that coin for sure.
And to their credit, like after the comparison, they came over and very graciously congratulated us. Like they were great. That's something that's not fun to do.
Martel's playing the last spade, giving Fleischer the overruff to beat 3 hearts.
Thanks again for joining, folks. Another good audience here for Owen, Danny, and the semifinals. So this is the crowd drawing session. We have, I don't know what you guys are doing later. Owen, if you're available, we have Unum coming on later for a couple sets as well. That's always a fun session to talk to Unum about bridge. And whoever else is out there wants to join, you can send me an email and you're in.
All right, 5 imps for Fleischer as they made 2 spade in the other room.
Mm-hmm. And then here they played and made 4 hearts in the other room on this board. And it looks like that's a pretty tasty spot for this crew as well. 2 spades and a diamond loser, and we're in business.
Well, if the auction starts with diamond, a heart, 4 spades, say, or diamond, a heart, something showing spades. I'm sorry, diamond, a heart, 4 hearts. Diamond, a heart, a spade, 4 hearts, or diamond, a heart, something showing spades, 4 hearts. Simpson might feel a little tempted. We could easily have a 300 save against 620 here.
We actually mentioned that earlier in the chat. North is 1 card off the 13 card straight. Yes.
But to me, like, I don't know. I find opening the hand on the last board much more appealing than opening this one.
Right, because you kind of are okay being jumpy and at any level with the North hand to show both.
Right, right. Here it's like I can pass and then show both minors if I want.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, it's like at least values are in my long suits. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, and note that both of them have exactly 10 high card points.
Sure, right? Sure, but this is way.
One thing about the North hand is I don't like showing both, a 2-suiter when I have fair discrepancy and it's towards the higher suit.
Sure, yeah.
Partner 2-2 or 3-3, and the minors are going to choose the wrong suit.
Yes.
So that's an argument for just starting to bid your suits naturally if you can. Here, they obviously can't even bid it naturally. 1 diamond.
Right, because 1 diamond is their nebulous opening bid, right?
Yeah.
So there's the Q bid, which apparently is not, it wouldn't be natural, I guess, because they're playing precision, Showing
Simpson does get to show his extreme minor suit distribution. I think he's done with what he's got to show, and I don't think Rodwell's got a hand that's particularly attractive towards saving over four hearts. So
it's gonna go. Chip's gonna try to shut it down in some way, or I don't know. He doesn't have the worst hand though, right?
I wouldn't be so. I mean, his side is Forza three hearts. So
Yeah.
as we saw earlier, three hearts might be his weakest bid,
So
and then
he's likely to either pass or do something else here than bid three hearts.
yeah.
Oh, there it
He's,
is.
so
Yep.
he's bidding three diamonds here. That's sort of a last trainerish bid, I think.
And Marty will have an easy jump to four hearts here, probably, right?
Well, Marty was probably going to drive the game no matter what.
Sure,
Chip.
sure.
I don't think Marty was going to stop short of game betting him. Chip's a pretty sound overcaller, and he's got
Yeah.
a fistful of high cards and some shape.
This looks like they're gonna throw in a little explanation of what he thinks three diamonds is, but I don't think it's gonna make any difference as to what
That's
happens
probably
here.
his only game
Artificial
try.
try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just artificial try. There it is. Because there's
No,
no
but
room.
Like the reason Marty's, I imagine, is making this two spade bid is playing against pairs that bid as aggressively at this vulnerability as like Joe and Brad or Eric and Doug might be.
Mhm.
Like you have to like pretty early on, like if your partnership's really going to survive for the most part, you need to lay the groundwork pretty early that hey, this is our hand, not theirs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to imagine an ace of spades, ace of hearts, king of clubs, ace of diamonds, and you have an easy slam,
right.
and you might even have a grand slam. Ace
Actually
queen,
played from the
queen,
east, you probably yeah, no, it's never mind, sorry. Ace of hearts, ace of spades, ace of diamonds, king of clubs. Yeah, that right. And South could just be bidding a spade on a Yarborough with six spades or something.
Yeah.
All right, so looks like a duplicated result here, unless
Well,
they can find a way to get rid of a spade loser, but I don't think that's happening.
no, I don't believe it is.
The other thing that makes it interesting with those tablets is you guys can kind of claim in the room slash.
Oh, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you have the queen of clubs. All right, it's over. Just
Yeah. Or how are the spades splitting? Oh,
right,
or
right.
whatever. Like, I mean, you can do that with screens too,
Yeah.
or in live play, really. Like,
It's more comfortable to do it when you know you're not
Releasing
Yes,
information to
that's
everybody. Yeah,
well, if I'm releasing it to one opponent,
that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like it's people are just more comfortable in that realm, I would guess.
well, especially if it's their partner who's in the tank, you can be like, how's this?
Tell them not to worry.
Yeah. But that explains to a lot of people, like, how did they know that they could claim at that point?
Yeah,
Like, how
right.
many tricks they had?
They asked.
Yeah, they asked.
If it were only that easy for everybody else.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just gonna come down to some point. He's just gonna have to give up a spade, and that will be a. I was gonna just say chop, but for those of you that are not poker fans, that will be a push on this board. Danny, who's the best golfer that's a bridge player?
the best golfer that's a bridge player.
Yeah, that you know at least.
You mean the best bridge player, the best golf,
The best
bridge player-
professional bridge player at golf.
That's a good question. I don't really know.
Maybe the Rimsteads, I think, are scratchers.
Yeah,
Close to it.
I have a better idea about some of the really good bridge players who are also good poker players.
Yeah, is Weinstein at near the top of that list, or
Steve Weinstein was a nosebleed cash game player online back in the day, so he's certainly on the list.
Yeah.
Kraniak, I believe, won a multi-table, big multi-table
I
tournament.
think he top five did a chopped action or something. Whatever, he did amazing in that.
There was one he was fourth in it for a
Yeah.
very nice cash.
For a bracelet too, though. If he was fourth for
Yeah.
yeah.
And Harrison Luba, do I have his first name right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
I
He
know
also
he's
was a good tournament player.
very cool.
And then there's Mitch Towner had a nice tournament win a
Nice.
few
Mitch
years ago.
Tanner in his very first Hendon Mob Cash, which is sort of like the poker version of seeing how much you won in master points and such. His first
Yeah.
tournament win was $1 million. The tournament score was $1 million.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I no longer had a mortgage.
So yeah, after a couple days, right?
Yeah.
Even more amazing is it's the Monster Stack, which is an event I played in as well. It's a very long event, and after winning that, he flew to California and won, I believe, 2 knockouts in a Los Angeles regional. That
So
same
he just
week.
ran
Yes.
amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, he didn't ditch his bridge friends because he was
That's
now
a
the
good
cool guy
player.
in
Yes.
poker.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So here we're seeing the one diamond transfer to hearts. Marty presumably will bid 1 heart, which I think is going to show a weak net trump with 2 or 3 hearts.
Whoa, it says Simpson is an amazing golfer apparently.
He dresses like a golfer.
And
That's not meant to be a compliment, is it?
it says Simpson shot a
It's just a
58 a few
fact.
years ago. Is that true?
Wow.
Is that true?
Wow. In 9 holes?
I don't know. That's 58 seems like a front nine for me.
Yeah, me too. All right, so Martel knows his partner's got a weak net trump with 2 or 3 hearts. He's content to just play 1 heart here.
Will he be able to?
Yeah.
Probably. He has nothing to say in the South chair. They've already
And
had lots of
Rodwell's
hearts
not
at the
really
Apple.
super thrilled with defending 1 heart with a 7, with 2 small hearts, but he only has
Right,
7
but
points.
everybody had opportunities, right? And no one took it. So and there it is. And they're going to duplicate at least the contract at the other table.
Yeah, so on the other table, won a club, a heart, and now since East was a passed hand, West was able to just pass 1 heart.
Sorry
Oops.
if you can see that, guys. Didn't mean to throw that in.
We get a look inside the inner workings of your computer.
Yes. Including all my passwords.
So Declare is going to lose 2 spades, a heart, a diamond, and a club. I guess that's the 5 tricks they lost in the other room.
Seems about right. I I remember liking the A's a lot when I was a kid because I collected baseball cards, and they were a good team back in the day.
So you were a kid in the Canseco, McGuire, Ricky
Yep,
Henderson, Dave
exactly.
Stewart days?
Especially Ricky Henderson. He was like one of my favorite players of all time. Best leadoff hitter ever, Ricky Henderson?
Have you read this book? Can you read?
I can't see it yet, but I haven't, but I've seen it. I should read it.
Yeah.
My favorite biography about an athlete was Andre Agassi's book, if you can believe that. It was awesome.
He's a Vegas local. I've seen him at a
Original, right? He grew up in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
There's a story about him playing a money match against Jim Brown, and he was like a 10-year-old or something like that. Something ridiculous like that out in Vegas. All right. So, what do we have? 4 boards left in this match at this table.
I'm not sure what happened, but 1 trick seems to have disappeared.
Slipped through, yeah. So it's one win for Fleischer. The rich get a little richer. Even though Owen and Danny know it's still early. Everything's close, no matter how far away they are.
All right.
What's North gonna do?
All right. So
heart.
at the other table, Joe Grew opened the North hand at diamond.
Because it's precision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in third seat, their diamond shows 3 or more. Even in a precision context, because the third seat white, they play 4-card majors and a 12 to 16 no trump. Although, as Joe said, not all of their 12 and 13 counts do they open a no trump. Like if they can open a major, they do that.
Got it.
Like, so it was not. So his 1 diamond was natural, but really not as natural as a natural one diamond.
Sure, sure.
He didn't want to open a heart because he didn't want to see partner leading a heart from their queen third or whatever.
Sure,
Smart.
yeah.
Yeah. And now you just have the worst raise here, probably, which is what two hearts is alerted as. Could do other things, I'm sure.
And now
Feels
West
like
will
aces
probably
worse.
bid 3 spades from
At
There it
West.
least
is.
3, yeah.
You called it.
If his
Hey, I
queen
finally got a
hearts
bidding thing
elsewhere, he
right.
probably would have
Oh
tripled the
my.
game, but with 3, you can just
Oh, yeah. Steve Zolotow, too, plays bridge. He's a pretty good poker player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve is a multiple bracelet winner. In fact, we were talking about Chinese poker earlier. I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
won the only Chinese poker WSOP bracelet.
Really? They only had one? That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, well, it's not
Well,
really
well,
poker. It's
No,
like
I
anything
you know,
else.
I just love. Once I got taught that game, I could sit there for hours and play that.
yeah.
And I like to play open face with a bunch of degenerates who are most of my friends, so it's great.
Mm.
Wow,
Yeah,
even
a lot of my
that's interesting. Even
so
after
four,
opening a heart, he still leaves a low heart.
Interesting.
Yeah.
so four spades will just make 5 here. Not much to play. I mean,
Yeah.
No,
Heart
not
a
with
club,
both
and that's
clubs
it.
on side.
Yeah.
No problems on this end. Do you want to peek ahead, or you want to look at a different match, or do you want to just sit tight? Because almost everybody is.
You want to try playing Chip or Marty for board 28?
Let's do that. Actually, that's perfect. Who would you like to be?
I don't want to be Rodwell or Simpson because their methods are
We
too,
don't know
too
their methods exactly, so let's Marty or Chip.
Well, why
Let-
don't you, as the guru, take a look and see which hand looks more interesting without us looking?
That is a
Okay,
perfect,
hold on.
perfect
I'll
idea.
look.
I like it. No, don't look. Don't look, Owen.
Don't look. Okay.
Don't look.
I won't
I'll look.
I
I'll
won't
We're gonna
look.
play the
You
hand.
guys
We're
have
gonna
to
play the hand
play.
like we're at the table. While
Exactly, Owen.
tells us which hand is more interesting.
Well, let's sit.
Yeah, this
Hurry
is
up! Hurry up!
All right, all
this
right.
is the sort of hand we talked about where
Here I go. Here I go. Here
Marty
I go.
just asked Doug who has the queen of, or Chip who has the queen of clubs, and claimed he didn't have to play it out.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
All right.
I think we've done
So
it. All right,
we're
so
gonna open a club.
you can see
Oh, we're in
Marty
fourth
Fleischer's
seat.
hand.
We're in fourth seat, so we might not get to open.
Yeah.
Like unlikely to get to open.
It's unfortunate. We're in the wrong room for this, guys.
But this is weird because now it's showing us opening one club.
Well, also, it's weird for us in a different way.
Oh, because we're sitting west.
We're
Oh, we can see the results.
we're sitting west. The board doesn't look weird, and we can also see the results. So
Yeah.
All right,
it's
this
not
is
the best.
Whatever.
We need to do it at the table that's ahead, basically, because then we're seeing it for the first time. But
All right.
okay.
I
All
can
right.
prepare us for that, though.
So we're back to the once again the balanced club here.
Yep.
Here, East will transfer to hearts and West will bid 2 hearts, not showing extra values, but just showing a minimum opening bid in 4 hearts. I don't know if they play it always shows 4 hearts. I like to play that it always shows 4 hearts on this auction. I don't know if they play that style or not. One of the advantages to this sort of system is say Marty was 3-3-2-5. He could bid 1 heart with a hand that might want to raise 1 heart to 2, but then over partner signs off on a no trump, you can now bid 2 clubs, which says, I've got a hand that wanted to raise 1 heart to 2 with 3, but I also have 5 clubs in case you don't have hearts with me. In case your hearts aren't that good, rather, in case you don't have 5 hearts. So yeah, 2 hearts must have shown 4 hearts for sure, because otherwise Chip.
And presumably, specifically a weak no trump.
Yeah, got it. They are done in the open room on the Nickel Rosenthal match. They've completed play there, it looks like. 2 boards left in the other. So we're watching the last team to finish, it looks like, here.
All right. Note to everyone, club lead from Queen 10 has not been successful today.
Sorry, in the Twitch chat, D Chill. What do you mean there? I'm not sure I understand what you're chatting there. The
For those
other
that
room
want-
result on your screen that you're looking at is right below the board itself, the actual hand diagram. You see other room, east is playing 4 hearts. I see what you're saying. He's saying I can kind of block that for you guys. I can do that. Yes. I can block the other result for you.
Right.
We'll get that ready for the next session and beyond.
So here, I think Marty knows he's going to be safe in fours unless hearts are going 4-1. In which case, he might have 2 heart losers. Still might have a diamond loser. He might have some handling problems. If he catches the ace of hearts and sees the 10 come down, sees hearts 3-2, the hand will be over at that
Yeah,
point.
then he can just ruff a couple spades, take a diamond finesse at some point.
Yeah.
And make even more than he thinks.
We can see hearts are 3-2, but he doesn't know that they're 3-2.
Right. And it is
He's
a real
thinking
problem
about what to do if
not,
they're
right?
4-1.
I sat, when I first kind of came back to bridge, I took a long time off after playing as a kid. I sat, and here's it comes ace of hearts, so I'll figure it out from here. I sat there and I watched a hand where Bjorn Flenius was playing in like a 4-spade contract in a money game. And I just looked at the hand. I'm like, this guy, he's going to make like 5 here, but he sat there for, I don't know, like 5 minutes at least. And at the end of the hand, I'm like, what did you do? He goes, well, the only thing that could go wrong is a 5-0 break, and I wanted to figure out how to handle that, and that's exactly what he ended up doing. So, just impressive to kind of see as like your garden variety. Hey, I just I haven't thought enough about the game yet to know to do that.
Marty's asking Rodwell about the king of diamonds, and he's going to claim.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
No, maybe not. This is a spot.
There
Sure
it is. Yep, there it is. He's able to claim 12 tricks because he just turned to Eric and go, hey, I'm going to take a diamond finesse. Is it winning? And it is. All right, the penultimate board. I was the first to say it, so I win $12 from both of you. Thank you.
What was the last board called?
The anti-penultimate board, I believe.
Before that?
Pre-anti-penultimate.
We used to have a director back when I was first playing that used to use all those fancy terms. All right.
Did he start at round 1? Like the pre? All right, strong club. What is you're trying to show 2 suits with Chip's hand?
I mean,
can we? Probably not. Yes.
I sort of wanted to show my diamonds
because of just the lead direction part of it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
And now South will bid something to show hearts.
I will say at another table, Greco overcalled 1 heart on the east end, so it's.
I think Rodwell will double to show like 5 to 7-ish.
Oh, sorry, it was.
Oh, gotcha. This is their classic response to, hey, I have a minimum, but I'm on the top end of my minimum. Basically, there it is.
I have a negative response, but I'm semi-positive.
I have a maximum negative.
Good negative.
That's what most of my dates have said. I have a maximum negative score for you.
It'll be interesting to see what Simpson does here. Does he pass? Does he bid a no trump?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about a pass with those diamond spots.
Yeah, okay, so they take their 5 diamonds.
Yeah.
Maybe
the ace of hearts. And,
partner has to have something.
Sure.
So you're thinking here, he knows his partner has 6-7. He has 16. He's not going to make a game likely, so maybe we just
but the issue is say his partner is like a diamond void.
And here we go. There's the okay, not quite.
I think one trump is the.
Now imagine your east and south now transfers the heart.
Yes, thank you for not overcalling a heart.
I did not overcall a heart. Yes,
it's a pretty nice payoff. And he gets the nice diamond lead from partner.
And North is going to be like, oh, man, why didn't I pass 1 diamond double? Like
spade finesse is going to lose to the king also. He's not going to...
Yeah, this is going to
There it comes.
This is going to end poorly, most likely.
Chip gets it done with just the choice of 1 diamond here.
I'm wondering.
Sorry, I must say the reason there was a 1 heart overcall at the other table is because, of course, it was against the 1 diamond opener.
Yes,
yes.
Gotcha.
I'm wondering if Simpson can afford to reject two hearts here.
He should be able to bid 2 no, but that might be a super accept for them.
Yeah,
Like,
it feels like you know your partner has some values, and I
right.
think that some precision players would play two hearts as sort of like a this sort of strength with six hearts. If that's the case, then he might know the partner has at most five hearts and
And be able to
Right.
kind of fade a two heart contract here.
get himself out of hearts and get him back
Right.
to
And
the king.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly they have to be aware of the possibility that North's 1-0 is skewed because of the overcall.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. There is two hearts.
Nope. And Rodwell, well, he did.
Probably not, right?
His partner is ostensibly showing 17-18 balanced
Hmm.
and has not
So he
and
might give
and
it a little.
yeah, but he's already shown, semi-positive, and his partner didn't
And
make a bigger bid over
and is
two
the fact that he
diamonds.
bid a no trump showing some, diamond stopper ability a downside for Eric's hand also?
Yeah. Well, if he bid three clubs here, would that be non-forcing given his high card range?
That's interesting.
We'll see what he does.
The fact that he's thinking suggests that maybe he could bid something other than.
And these two you would classify as probably two of the more deliberate players in the event still, right?
I
Eric and
believe Rodwell has already received slow play penalties in the last.
this team has in fact two of them at least
Yeah,
from the previous match, so keep an
yeah.
eye on that as well.
And just so everyone knows, like a pair is granted a 7-minute grace period each day. So if in total you didn't go over the your time limit by more than 7 minutes over the whole day,
You're okay.
then there's no penalty. Yeah.
Got it.
Because that we had that situation in our first match where it looked like one of our opposing pairs was going to get a slow play penalty, but that their cumulative delay at the end of the day was
Hadn't
under the
achieved it.
grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
there we are, two
Mar
hearts, and this will be.
Martel was like, "This is what I was hoping for."
Yes, this was his dream scenario when he overcalled a diamond, right? Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, faded the heart
Look at
thing.
me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is technically a suit preference situation, but Marty doesn't have a lot of choice. It's almost the same card. Yeah, three
That's
slow
interesting.
play penalties for the team, 5.5
I mean,
total
it's
in the last
yeah,
match. And there was also
it's a,
there was a simultaneous penalty that they offset because the one person from each team showed up late to the playroom as well.
oh. Mm.
Sorry, Owen, you were saying something there. I
Oh,
cut you off.
yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know, like you said, like how suit preferences can really be. This is a situation where West didn't raise.
Sure.
Um, so they're kind of known not to have very many diamonds to choose from.
Good point. So Frank Morgan asks a very important question: why do they play so slow? Well, I mean, so the some players just take more time than others, for sure, right, guys? Like, there's certain players that just take a lot more time than others. Like Joe Grew is not going to be a slow player probably ever, but he'll take a lot of time in
Hmm.
certain hands as well. It's situational usually, but the penalty in this event starts out very low, but then the more times you're penalized for slow play, the higher
Yes.
the penalty becomes. So
Yeah, and it doesn't go up quickly, but it does go up.
yes, and eventually, it makes sense, that if you're penalized more than a few times, you should kind of graduate that penalty to something more severe, or else it's not.
I forget exactly how it was described, but it was something like the first 5 minutes you're slow, it's half an imp per minute. In the next 5 minutes, it's 1 imp, and then it's two, and then it's
Gotcha.
three, and I forget what it caps at. But yeah, you have to be like obscenely slow
To
to
get a
really
lot of
be.
these, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, there was a big uproar last year with Levine. Like
because he had
he
physical issues that caused slow play, which is
right, that
different. Yeah,
right. It is different, and also I'm not sure what the regimen or the prescribed penalty was last year for the slow play, but
it seemed unfair in that
Um,
circumstance based on
I mean, here's a guy with physical disabilities
playing on a
who's doing.
tablet, right? Like seeing disabilities, trying to play on a
Yeah, he's
tablet.
sitting in front of a 70-something inch TV, like inches from it, just so he can see his cards.
Yeah.
And they penalized him something like 40 imps for slow play
Oh
in a match.
man.
Yeah. And shockingly, he wasn't there. He's not there this year. Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah, no kidding.
Like
Yeah.
shocker.
Why would you come back?
He said he wasn't going to come back. Like, all right.
Okay. So after the King of Spades lead, this gets a little rough a doodle do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not sure that going after roughs with 10-9 fifth of trumps was the right idea for
Sure.
Chip. He didn't
No,
have
and
any
and
practice.
now it looks like this is going to make. I guess he can play the ace of diamonds next. And
Yeah.
now,
And just back to the regulations, not to just till he makes
Sure.
his play here, but they have changed the rules this year. Did they provide more accommodations for that? Have they updated this? Does anyone know? I don't know.
I
The,
would.
the slow play penalties were not as severe.
Right,
And
right.
I'm not, Levine didn't play in the event, and I'm not sure
But
if he
like
had.
it's an interesting one. Like what golf had similar things years ago. Remember the one player that had a leg injury, and they were kind of going to make a dispensation for him to take a card, and they're like,
Yeah, oh, that was
no
a while
chance.
ago. Yeah.
It's ironic
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Tiger has abilities walking. Here's Ace of Diamonds. Okay.
So now declare and cash the ace of heart or the high heart and then just leave hearts alone and let them take their two trumps.
Yeah, just play on clubs and take their tricks.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't try to get greedy and make three, he'll be fine.
And this is not the time to do that in an imps match, right? You're just trying to make
No.
kind of go plus, make sure
You've ended up in what looks like a silly contract of two hearts and a 5-1 fit, and now you're making it.
Right,
You
right.
just oh
Oh, snap down one.
I will say that he's only being penalized because Martel did overcall one diamond with 5-5 in the reds, which
right. If there
Which
were
is
five hearts
shocking,
on the
right?
other
Yeah.
side, he'd still be fine because they wouldn't be able to catch the diamond.
Yeah.
right. It's just, there's an argument that losing five, he's going to cost himself 5 imps here by doing this.
Well,
If
uh,
it saved him an imp like 75 or 85% of the time,
Then it's an
long
expected
run, it's
value
better.
win.
well,
Yeah.
well, don't worry. There was a time I was in six spades. I was called for an overtrick on 5-1 or better trumps,
Uh-huh.
or I could cash 5 side suit tricks and have a high cross rough for 12. Okay,
Right.
so I know the imp odds on or the odds on 6-0
You know what
trumps.
happened
So,
by the story.
so I cashed one trump and they were 6-0, and I still wasn't down. But then I couldn't cash enough side suit stuff. I now needed to cash 6 side suit tricks instead of 5. Went down one. This was a handicapped knockout, lost by like 0.2. Like,
Sorry, Owen.
Well, Owen, you might think you have the record for losing by the smallest margin, but
no, that I know I don't have, but losing on 6-0 trumps because I knew it was safe or best to cash one round of trumps. Ugh.
No,
I lost back in the days when they used to do instead of they used to do ratios for the three-way matches. I lost by 1/85th of an imp.
Oh my God.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, but
It was
Oh.
185 and they were 80-84, something like that.
so what's your pleasure with Chip's hand as far as you trying to mix this up here? Looks like a pretty good. Or no, just two hearts. Okay.
Yeah, it's so
Spade suit is
quacky,
whacked
and
out.
I have some defense. Like I really, I don't really want to go encouraging my partner now.
No,
Opening that hard is just strange to me.
Yeah, well, he was opposite a third seed opener, and he's got Queen Jack third of spades, and they haven't.
and he
been
wants to have a nice
spades
easy
yet.
rebid of two diamonds.
Yeah, but I would just pass the West Ham personally. Like my hearts are horrible. Like Marty well, maybe until the redouble, he was certainly sweating bullets when it went double. Like, this might get left in. Oh. And actually, if Chip competes to 3 hearts,
He will
They
get
might,
ripped by South, maybe.
very likely.
Right, with Ace Jack 10 fourth and the King of Diamonds.
Yeah.
And this is why you don't open one heart
On
if this
King
happens.
MT4.
Yeah.
I hope it happens because I've been wrong about so many other biddings.
You have more opportunity. Don't worry. Don't worry.
No, but he's already redoubled and his partner's not competing to 3 hearts. He knows
there you go. Yeah.
He knew
Nice.
they were 3-3 in spades. It's not such a shock.
In match points, might that been a more difficult choice for him? Might he have bid 3 hearts more willingly at this point?
I think yeah, because now -50 or -100 can be a great
reasonable
result.
Score. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So in this case, he's imparted some information, and then the event just tells him probably not the right choice.
Right.
This is going to be interesting, though, right? He's got some working to do.
I'm trying to find the conditions for slow play. Like what?
Somewhere buried on the USBF competition.
Yeah, of
under
course,
the championship site somewhere. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
funny. I knew the last year's World Championship COCs like the back of my hand. I never looked at this because I'm not a player or a captain.
Oh, you're a player.
So what do you think? Ace of Hearts, and then draw around a trump here. Duck a spade.
I don't know.
Ten of club.
I might do a club. Yeah.
It's one of the 2 times you're going to be in dummy, I suppose.
Right.
Now it's going to.
You'd like to be able to take 2 club finesses, but you're also a danger of
getting roughed out.
Just being able to split their spades and get a rough.
Yeah.
Get a rough and split their spade.
Okay.
Right. Is he gonna? Okay, here we go. Eli has the condition of contest here. The first 10 minutes in a match will not be penalized. Each team's excess time. So apparently it's a 10-minute grace period. The next 8 minutes in a match will be penalized 1/4 imp per minute. That's why we saw a 0.25 penalty the other day. So if it's 8 minutes, it's a quarter for that. And then the next 8 minutes will be a half imp per minute.
Yeah.
And then the subsequent ones will be a 1 imp per minute penalty. And then subsequent to that, 2 imps per minute. I mean, if you get to that level, you just need to be a faster player.
Yeah. I found it. It's under the general conditions of contest.
There we go. Thank you guys for doing the research on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, our Twitter chat is essentially like Moneyball. It's like the statisticians are in there. Everybody's got, everybody knows the system more than I do. It's pretty awesome. It's a resource. Thank you guys.
So really, you have to have. All right. So there's no penalty for the first 5 minutes and then it's a quarter VP. Oh, that's in the round robin. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the KO side.
Right. So you to get to meaningful slow play penalties, you have to
need to be.
You have to be nearly half, more than 26.
Yeah. If you're going to the full penalty, yeah.
Right, and then it's like if you're over by 26 minutes,
and
there's
you have
efficiencies
for this.
You do have a personal timer. Clock. Like it tells you the round clock.
Yeah.
No, it tells you the table clock and it tells you your pair clock.
Interesting. You know, we should get shots of that. Actually, that's a good call. I've never actually seen the tablets specifically at the table in play, so I'd love to see.
Right. So when you're playing the cards, you can't see your pairs clock. You can only see that basically during the bidding of a hand.
Got it.
And if you're behind, the numbers instead of being in white are in red. So
yep.
Yes.
Nice.
So that's really good. Like I felt like they did a better job. Like I played in it last year. I felt like last year I never saw this pair clock or your pairs clock, and I was just like, I have no idea. Am I behind or what?
Sure.
I felt like it was much better this year, and this year they actually came in multiple times over the course of several days, like to make sure people didn't have devices on them.
Yep, and one device was found, unfortunately, for
Leibowitz, but fortunately it didn't change the outcome of his match.
Yep. Luckily, by
Almost
the way,
did.
luckily
Oh.
they lost by more than 10 actually, so
Yes.
they can at
But
least
barely
breathe
more
easy
than
there.
10,
Yeah, it was like
like
10.3 or something like that. It was very
yeah,
small.
yeah. Hmm.
All right, Hart. He has all the trump out. He
He's up to
can
8 tricks.
he can just shake a
He
club
can
here.
just
Yeah,
it's a
now he's
club and
guaranteed to not lose a
an
club.
over
He's going to
trick.
have the
Yeah.
Jack of Hearts, making 3. Chopping action for another poker reference for you on the way out. Guys, great morning. Thank you both so much.
Yes.
May I see some of you later? Owen, you want to hop on later?
Sure.
Danny, you're always welcome, obviously, but I know you have golf and stuff out there to the west.
I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be this afternoon, but if I'm around, I
Yeah.
will jump in.
In fact, the just jumping into the chat worked even better. I'll see that before a text message. So if you want to join, you just let me know. Carte
So
blanche.
I'll just chat. I'll just put something in the
Yeah. I'll send you guys both the links anyway. So really appreciate it, gentlemen, and those of you that are watching on both platforms. Another terrific session of viewing, and your chats are awesome. We appreciate all the information you impart to us, and honestly, all the fun content that I won't reference anymore because it's probably not fit for viewing again. But thanks, guys, so much, and we will see you in sets 3 and 4 today, right here.